Good morning. Happy Veterans Day. At this time, could I ask everyone to please stand, remove your hats for the national anthem. Good morning, everyone. My name is Tom Ryerson. I'm principal of Geneseo High School. It is an honor to welcome all of you to our Veterans Day Assembly. Today, we gather as a school and community to reflect on and show our gratitude for the sacrifices made by the veterans who have served to protect our nation's freedoms. Their dedication and courage remind us that the values we hold dear, freedom, justice, and democracy, are preserved through their selfless service. A little bit about patriotism. Patriotism isn't just a word. It's a commitment to the ideals that make this country a place of opportunity and hope. Our veterans embody these ideals, reminding us of the resilience, unity, and strength that they have shaped our nation. Let us show them the respect and appreciation they truly deserve as we reflect on their contributions and sacrifices. Thank you to each veteran here today. We are privileged to honor you and to continue learning from the example you have set for us. At this time, I'd like to introduce Peyton Schneider, who is our Student Council President, to formally introduce all our veterans.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for the special Veterans Day Assembly. We are honored to have veterans among us today who have served our country with courage, dedication, and sacrifice. Your presence reminds us of the freedoms we enjoy every day and the strength it takes to protect them. To all the veterans in attendance, we thank you for your service. We'd especially like to recognize Mr. Mike Harrington, Mr. Dan Rakestraw, and Dr. Adam Brumbaugh, teachers and staff in our building who proudly served our nation. Can we please give them a round of applause? Today, we gather as a school community to recognize and celebrate your bravery, commitment, and the example you set for all of us. On behalf of our students, staff, and community, welcome and thank you for being here.
Veterans, as you know, at high school, we don't allow hats to be worn during the day normally. But this past week, we did a fundraiser where we allowed students to wear a hat if they paid $1. And I am proud to announce that last week, we collected over $300 that will be donated to the Quad Cities Veterans Outreach Center. At this time, Mr. LaCroix and the GHS choirs will now perform a piece called Who Are the Brave? Well done. Veterans, we're going to be asking you to stand a couple times today, but at this time I would like our students to see all the veterans who are in the front rows here. If you are able to stand, could you please stand and let us give you a round of applause? Thank you. At this time, I'd like to introduce our featured speaker, Sarah Alexander, and she's going to be speaking about her own military experience and our own Geneseo Isle of Flags. Let's give a round of applause for Sarah.
Thank you very much. I'm here representing the Isle of Flags as the president of the Isle of Flags Board. In the audience today, I have Phil Alexander, who is also the vice president of the Isle of Flags. I have Steve and Margene Lalaman, who are also on our board, and there's a Brenda and Maury Nelson. Okay, behind me are pictures of the Isle of Flags, the flags flying in the city park. This morning we put up 924 casket flags representing 949 veterans in the city parks with the help of community volunteers of all ages. The Isle of Flags was started by 3 women, Pat Johnson, Naomi Livinggood, and Dorothy Young. Their husbands' casket flags were sitting on shelves in their closet in plastic bags. They look like this. They're just sitting there in closets, on bookshelves. They decided they wanted to honor them, and the Isle of Flags was born. On Memorial Day, 1981, 50 casket flags were flown for the first time. Since then, weather permitting, the flags are flown Memorial Day, July 4th, and Veterans Day. New flags are added on Memorial Day and Veterans Day. This year, we added 25 flags. The flags go up at 7 a.m. and come down at 2 p.m. In order for veterans' casket flag to be flown in the city parks, they must have served in the U.S. Air Force, U.S. Army, U.S. Marines, U.S. Navy, U.S. Air Force Reserves, U.S. Army Reserves, U.S. Marine Reserves, U.S. Navy Reserves, the Coast Guard, or the National Guard. The veteran must have lived in Geneseo or attended Geneseo school sometime during their life. We fly 3 flags representing Civil War veterans, 2 flags representing Spanish-American War veterans. We have flags representing veterans from World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and those who served during peacetime. Phil right now is holding one of the flags that flies in the park. The casket flags are 5 feet by 9.5 feet, and the pole is 18 feet long. We put the veteran's name on the flag's binding, and the flagpole has a plate with the veteran's name, branch of service, and the era in which they served. I'm going to invite Lily to come up. The poles break down into 3 6-foot sections, and the flag rolls up around the poles for storage. When the flags aren't flying, we store them in tubes like this that are stored in hay racks, and they are stored in our building. Down there. You're done too. Okay. We try to keep veterans' flags on the same hay rack and in the same area each holiday, but we can't guarantee a veteran's flag will fly in the same place every holiday. I can't keep track of 924 flags and tubes. Each holiday we have to clean holes, the flag holes, of debris and water. It takes 4 people 4 to 5 hours each time. We are currently replacing older holes with holes that are now 4 feet deep. We are funded through grants, memorials, and donations. The Isle of Flags offers students service hours for their silver cord at graduation. I am very generous in the amount of hours I will award you. We always need help putting flags up and especially taking them down. It takes 4 people to take a flag down. If you volunteer, find me, bring your form, and I will award you service hours. On a personal note, Steve and Margene Lolleman have sons who are serving in the U.S. Army. One is a Black Hawk pilot, the other is an Army Ranger. Both of them are graduates of Geneseo High School. Our son, we have to find our son. That's Sam Alexander. He is a graduate of Geneseo High School in 2013. He has an undergraduate degree in mechanical engineering. He is a certified nuclear engineer through the Navy's nuclear pipeline. He has a master's degree in ocean engineering, specializing in sonar and other underwater applications. Submariners are constantly trained while they are deployed and when they are on land to maintain their skills. All submariners are certified firefighters. Sam has served on the USS Pennsylvania in Washington. He is currently on a shore tour in Connecticut. May 2025, Sam will be the engineer on the USS North Dakota in New Hampshire, which will eventually home port to Hawaii. As long as he is having fun, he says he will stay in the Navy. Some interesting facts. Subs are deployed for 3 to 18 months, give or take, depending on their purpose. The newest sub, the USS Iowa, on which he was working, was just deployed for the first time. That was just within the last few weeks. No cell phones are allowed in subs or sub bases for security reasons. When Sam is deployed, the only communication we have is email, and that's only when the sub surfaces. Our emails are censored. We cannot send bad news to him. Any information that is considered bad news, and we have a list of what we can and can't send, has to go through the ombudsman and the captain's spouse. We do not know when his boat is scheduled to deploy or return, but we do have a vague idea when the boat will deploy, because families are encouraged to send halfway boxes to this ombudsman for future delivery to the crew. When the sub returns to base, Sam will call to let us know he's home. While at sea, oxygen, you have to understand, the sub is underwater. Oxygen is filtered from the seawater. Drinking water is filtered from the seawater. Food and supplies are very limited. Officers pay for their meals, enlisted do not. There is very little room between your mattress and the bunk above you, and the ceilings are short. There are 3 bunks stored at each time. So one's on the floor, you have one here and one there. Your closet is under your mattress, and you sometimes have to walk sideways down an aisle. You're walking like this. There's no room. I've toured it, Phil's toured it, there's just no room. Finally, the sparse communications and not knowing the sub's deployment schedule is very hard on families. This is true for all families of service personnel who are deployed. I want to thank the veterans today for their service. I want to thank their families for supporting them. I want to thank Tara Langen and her committee for inviting me to speak to you, and to all of you for listening to my story, and to the people in the audience who helped us raise the flags this morning. Thank you.
At this time, the choir will now perform God Bless America.
Amen.
At this time, while some of our students are switching, I'd like to introduce Mr. Versluis, who will be conducting the band and playing Armed Forces Medley.
Good morning. And veterans, thank you so much for your service. We would like to honor you by playing the main branches of the military. They will be played in the preferred order, starting with the Army, then the Marines, then the Navy, then the Air Force, then the Coast Guard, and yes, the United States Space Force. I'm not sure if we have any veterans here in the Space Force, but we are including that new military branch now in this medley. So if you are able, when your branch's song is performed, if you are able, we would ask that you please stand. And students, if you have any relatives or family who is serving in the military, we would ask that you stand and recognize your family members as well. This is the anthems of the 6th Armed Forces.
United States Navy. United States Coast Guard. United States Space Force.
Great job, band and choir. Let's give our veterans one last big round of applause and thank you for your service. This now ends our Veterans Day Assembly. We want to thank you for coming out. Students and staff, please return to third period as we are ahead of schedule, and then we will dismiss for fourth period and lunch. Thank you again for attending our assembly.